world's on fire. Mwah, ha, 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 ha. I'm celebrating with colors of the sun. Or, more accurately, colors of fire. Even though I'm in Canada, the 3 states to the south, Washington, Oregon, and California, have together blown their fire winds up into Vancouver, British Columbia, so that we currently have the worst air quality in the world. Even though our city only has, by the most generous measure, 2 to 3 million people, we have the worst air quality in the world. We are worse than China. We're worse than India. "2020 keeps firing back." In any case, we can still continue money, 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 Mondays, money, with some more international packages. Last week, I introduced Christopher Columb, as he's called in Romania. This week, we observe one of Germany's local flowers. Now, as you might be able to guess again, the contents of the envelope can be triggering, but I'll concentrate more on education and entertainment, including some off-color jokes if I'm smart enough to think of them at the time. Hopefully, this wildlife will stay alive and won't drop dead out of the sky. I'm saddened by this, people, which is why I'm an anti-natalist. Oh, I speak a lot about anti-natalism as if people should know what it is. Maybe I should define it. I think it's always bad for anybody to have children in a suffering world like this. That's antinatalism in a nutshell. Some people, obtuse people, think that I'm like Hitler, that I believe in eugenics. Notice that I just included every single person. I never excluded anybody. So, I think the Hitler eugenics angle on me is a tough sell until I start mentioning that certain people should breed. No, I think nobody should breed. So, I'm an equal opportunities hater. Okay. The reason why I've primed you for the package is because obviously it's related to Germany's Third Reich, Hitler's Nazi Germany, and this one is a silver coin from Nazi Germany that I will take out of the plastic pouch because I know that the coin is also protected by a formal coin pouch. Okay. I've shown a coin from Nazi Germany before, but that one had obviously been through a war. This one is in much better condition. Now, in today's sensitive environment, me even showing a coin from Nazi Germany, some obtuse people might want to cancel me. Go ahead. Cancel me. Can I offer any information without the Googles about this coin? To be completely honest, no. What can I point out? Well, from observation, I can point out that that's a swastika, and that's the bird often associated with the swastika and Nazi Germany. But who is this man right here? I think if I can read, his name is Paul von Hindenburg. Okay. He's obviously not Hitler on a coin. So in some ways, I guess, Hitler's less narcissistic than we would have expected. Any coins with heads on them, we would have expected him to be on them. Or at least I would have expected that. I should actually search up my other old Nazi Germany coin to check if this is the case. Because that's an interesting comparison. Okay. Should I do that right now? Yes, I should. From a couple weeks back, yes, the Nazi Germany coin happened to just pop out, and my memory does serve, because this Nazi Germany coin while having the same bird and swastika has no head on the back. The coin simply says 1 Pfennig. Okay. I'm trying a new lighting setting today, and I might have to revert back to the old one. Okay, then we'll move on to some other coins. All of these coins this week are gifts from a friend. Thanks to that friend for these gifts of coins. I'm wondering how to approach the second batch. This is a pouch of 100 coins from the Soviet Union. These were Cold War era coins called hammer and sickle. Hammer and sickle. Do I want to open these and randomly show a couple, or do I want to organize them and show some? Maybe I'll move on to some world coins first while I debate and think. These are the 2 pounds of world coins that I've sorted some highlights of. Last week while ranting, I actually blew right by one of the coins that's been my favorite find in the entire lot. This is 100 francs from West Africa. Now, without the Googles, what I can educate is that West Africa consists of a couple of African countries that obviously speak French, because West, O-U-E-S-T, is French for West. And Banque Centrale États de Afrique Ouest. Okay, my French is noticeably lacking despite many years of study. As an adult, learning languages is tougher than as a child, but I've been listening to neuroscientist and professor at Stanford, Andrew Huberman. Huberman was a recent guest on Joe Rogan's podcast, and as a Rogan listener, I can confidently assert that Huberman's podcast is probably one of the best Rogan podcasts ever in terms of what you learn and what you can apply to your own life. For example, although learning a language is tougher as an adult, you can capture some of that childhood plasticity with a very specific regimen, which I'm testing for myself. Now, I've tested it on dancing, breakdancing, tutting, but the same procedure apparently applies for any skill you'd like to learn as an adult. Instead of butchering what that procedure is, just search Andrew Huberman, Huberman, and he'll more eloquently describe it, but in an applicable way. My second coin that I blew by, but I should have spent some more time on, is Fiji, 2009. I'm less of a media addict than maybe some people are. I rarely follow drama series or scripted series anymore. I'm much more interested in documentaries, especially travel, nature, animal documentaries. But one quote-unquote reality TV show I watched recently was the Eco Challenge Fiji with Bear Grylls. Spoiler ahead, I'll reveal who wins, although that hardly matters because the show barely cared who won. A Canadian team actually placed second, but you would never have been able to guess that they would finish so strongly because before filming of the show, they picked who they thought were high chance finishers, but more importantly, people with backstories. I guess Canadians are too nice and boring to have a backstory. In any case, I researched into Eco Challenge, which obviously has been suspended for this year. At least applications have been suspended. But the pursuit is an expensive one, and I think I'm gonna stick to space. Suborbital and Kármán line. Okay, what I'll do is show a couple of Soviet coins from the package. Maybe I'll do it this way. These have all been circulated so I can touch them. Otherwise, I would have gloved up. I'll show one of the smaller denominations. This one here. Come on. All right. This is a Kopeck, Russian Cold War sickle and hammer Kopeck from 1988. At least in this bulk of 100 coins, 1 Kopeck is the smallest denomination. From smallest, I'll skip ahead to largest. I think 20 is the largest, but if I contradict myself later, then I contradict myself later. This is 20 Kopecks from 1961. I'm going to jump back and forth again to some more world coins, but in the 2LB random grab bag style. Sweden, 1 Corona. 2004. When the dust and smoke settle, I'd encourage people to try to ground with nature. Grounding is basically contacting your body to the earth. I recently slept on my dance patio overnight, just staring up at the stars, twinkling brightly. Those couple days I did it were some of the best star nights. I probably even witnessed some comets. Nicaragua. Cordoba, 2014. Speaking of smoke, ash, and fury, Nicaragua is where I surfed the side of a volcano, or volcano boarded. You hike up jagged, sulfurous, volcanic rock that can injure or kill you if the ash enters an open wound. But that ashy, smoky smell that fills your nose, mouth, and lungs as you breathe in and out is well worth the exhilaration of the wind blowing in your hair and ears as you rocket down the side of a sometimes active volcano. For those curious, I've continued to dance outside because they only recommend people that are immunocompromised or have existing breathing conditions or other conditions to stay inside. Kenyatta is the president that the airport in Kenya is named after. Kenya was my first country of safaris. Masai Mara. Where I fruitfully checked off 3 of the 5 big 5. Cape buffalo, elephant, lion, in that order. The rhino was soon to follow, but the leopard was an elusive bitch. She took till after 13 countries. No. 11. And close to 3 months, 3.5 months. Our lion encounters in Masai Mara were close. Those majestic beasts actually roamed right near our safari truck, but many people who've watched my YouTube before will know that I've been even closer to lions. Petting them and cuddling them on safari walks. So much so that people call me their Kevin Richardson. Do we have time for some more coins and some more stories? Yes, we probably do. Trying to pick some different ones here. That's the thing. The longer you go, the more you'll have difficulty finding. And I'll pick another interesting Russian coin. This one's an odd number that I've rarely come across, even in this bulk of 100 coins. This is 3 kopecks from Cold War Russia, 1990.